Hey, Will here from PPC Coach. I wanted to shoot an example that I found of an awesome lead generation sequence from Facebook. So I was just on Facebook like about a minute ago, and I noticed this ad. So it's from the Motley Fool Canada. It's sponsored, and it says, "This new Canadian IPO could be the next Shopify, and your next 1,000% plus stock." Like, wow, that's pretty cool because I imagine that Motley Fool has probably some difficulty in getting people to subscribe to their site because Facebook is not a huge fan of subscription services, only because there's a lot of scams out there that are on a subscription basis. So I thought this was very cool. The image is Shopify, so I know Shopify because I'm in the ecom world, and a lot of you are too. And then it says this could be the number one Canadian IPO of 2019. Hurry! This tiny TSX stock might not stay under the radar. Learn more. Well, that caught my eye, and then I was looking at the comments, and guys are saying like, I recently bought a subscription. How do I get access? So that's there. And then down here, it definitely is. When you click the link, you just get content tease, credibility build up in the pitch, just like everything else on Facebook. So I mean, one guy caught on to it, but whatever. Lightspeed, LSPD, I guess is the name of it. And then bunch of guys putting in some comments. Only one person actually spoiled it, but who cares? It actually got me to click it, and when you click it, you go here. So this little landing page, it's on fool.ca, which is the Motley Fool, and so it's an article. Well, it looks like an article, right? Disguised as an article. So they have no menu links up here. So there's nothing for you to do as the clicker except read the freaking thing. So it says this tiny stock could be like buying Shopify in 2016. So they're creating excitement and urgency. And it's saying, like, not to alarm you, but you're about to miss an important and rare event in stock market history. Holy crack, am I? Because I'm an investor, so I need to get this, right? And then it says, you see, I recently stumbled onto a practically unknown yet publicly traded Canadian company, blah, 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 blah. So um, it goes on to say, like, introduce a person. Basically, what they're trying to do is stir up some emotion. So it's saying who, like, what it is, what the possibility is. And then, in case you've never heard of this guy, whoever he is, he's the chief investment officer of Motley Fool Canada. So they're really pumping him up, giving his little resume here, like why he's so good. Um, and then going on to like more just rah rah rah, pumping it up, pumping it up. Boy, did it pay to listen! Like highlighting words that stock investors will just eat up, like big time. And then goes through a little story. So it's basically storytelling with excitement, and then saying that's exactly why Ian is alerting investors like you to this company. But there's just one catch. Oh, really? What's the catch? Well, Ian is only sharing the details of this stock with members of the Motley Fool, Canada's flagship investing service, Stock Advisor Canada. And then it says, okay, well, so we built up all the excitement, and I have to scroll like if I hit page down, one, two, three. And so by the third time down, I don't even know how many words or characters, so I'm going to look it up. But then they get to the catch. And then it says this. Now, if you're not familiar with them, this is a market beating online investment service Ian leads, and that provides easy to follow monthly stock recommendations to individual investors. That's right, each and every month. Like, that's how I read this stuff. Over 24,000 investors tune in to discover which stocks Ian believes investors, they made a spelling mistake. No problem, I do that too. Should be buying shares up to date. Wow, so the Motley Fool, a subscription service, has over 24,000 investors on there. That is amazing. I didn't even know that. So that's huge. Like, we got to see what they charge per month, right? Anyway, which brings me back to this. He wants as many investors as possible, even better. Completely convinced you'll be impressed by this. He's put together research he's put together on this stock. You make sure every Stock Advisor Canada membership is backed by a 100% membership feedback guarantee. So now they're selling the subscription. And then they go back to this is your chance to get in early, because getting in early on an IPO is obviously very important. What they never say is that financial advisors have a list, and the only people that get IPOs are their biggest customers. So they're kind of leaving that out. I know this because I used to be a financial advisor, and I would not give an IPO to a small-time investor. So unless they can get on this now, if it's changed and they can get through an online brokerage to get it, I don't know. Even still, online brokerages only get X amounts of shares, and I'm pretty sure they don't give them out to everybody, but who knows? And he says, well, we can never guarantee Ian's new alert will produce Shopify-like returns. This stock is already up 101% since its IPO, so I guess it did IPO. Even though timing isn't everything, it kind of is with stock market investing. History shows that it can pay to move early on stocks like this. So this is really good copy that they've got here. And it says, don't miss out. There's still time to get the full story on this remarkable company. I urge you to take action today and decide for yourself if you want to take advantage of this potentially once-in-a-generation buying opportunity. Oh, man. Simply enter your email below to access our secure sign-up page. Like, bravo. Like, golf clap going on over here. This is awesome. So I put mine in. And if you don't put it in, it'll give you an error. Like, you have to click the checkbox because you're basically consenting to getting email from the Motley Fool. So then they have a little disclaimer here, tiny one, and a disclosure page. I'm actually surprised that this one got approved from Facebook, because usually you need privacy policy, terms and conditions, and an earnings disclaimer down here. But maybe this one was enough, or maybe they're just a trusted advertiser. Anyway, so I already entered my email, so I can just hit forward. So here's what, from here, they actually wanted to advertise this, but they needed something in between. Okay, so they couldn't go right from Facebook to here. So if they tried to go from Facebook to here, it's just not as effective. This is an order page for their subscription service. So it says Shopify 2.0 is here, and it could be your second chance at 1,000 plus returns. Awesome angle. So the whole angle of Motley Fool is Shopify, and saying that, hey guys, look, back when Shopify IPO'd, it kicked ass and it did this. This thing can do the same thing. Now imagine, instead of that angle, Motley Fool said, hey, want to buy my subscription service to my stock tips and advice? Go here and order now. Like, that doesn't work. But the route that they took actually is an awesome angle, and angles work so well with anything you're selling. It doesn't matter what your business is, what you're selling online. If you have an angle, use that angle, because it makes it better. And if you can combine storytelling with it, it's even better. So that went to the article. The article, people read through it because they're like, oh yeah, I would definitely want that. Shopify did good. I want to do the next Shopify. Yeah, I'm in. And then it says here, a little credibility. We told investors to buy Shopify on the ground floor back in 2016, and the ones who listened have seen their investment skyrocket by 1,465% since then, turning every $5,000 invested into more than $78,200 in just 3 years. Now, we've found a tiny company that looks like it could be the next Shopify. Join to find out, right? Hurry, this special offer won't be available much longer. Yeah, the subscription won't be available much longer? Okay. This is such a neat touch, too. They have a countdown timer, but it's actually for the stock market closing today. Isn't that neat? So they're not saying our offer expires. They're saying, don't miss out. Get the stock picks before the next market close. Like, Jesus Christ, whoever did this, pardon my language, but man, they're awesome. Join now. So if I click join now, what happens? Let's open that in a new tab. So it just actually scrolls down. So join now, scrolls down to there. If I scroll back up, you can see join now. Plus, you're entitled to Stock Advisor Canada today, including all of this. So they got a couple bonuses in here, which are probably like articles. And then they've got the benefits, right? And then they've got another join now, and then more, verbiage. And then here's a comparison. Just how big a bargain you're getting. Have a look at yourself. Save 70%. Geez, I want to save 70% for less than 25 cents a day. Here's another way to look at it. Man, whoever did this, I want to meet them and shake their hand. For less than 25 cents a day, you get instant access to all the stock market, crushing stock picks. That's awesome. So they're framing the mindset of the buyer. And then they do this. They have 3 options. When you have a subscription, you need at least 2 or 3 options. If they just had one that was like 6 months for $99, that's a binary answer of yes or no. When you put 3 options here, you usually put one as like a dummy option. So instead of saying, I bet you what they said is, $149 for a year is what we're going to charge. let's just sell that. And then the marketing guy said, well, we need more options because when you do an order for them, you have to have more options. So then they said, okay, fine. Do 6 months, make it ridiculous because why would you buy 6 months for $100 when you get 1 year for 150? So for $50 more, you can get 6 more months. And then they probably said, okay, the real deal that we want is like 179 for 2 years. So this is what they actually want you to buy. These are like dummy ones. You could subscribe to them, but who would? Because this is the best deal by far. Save $419, 70% discount off the regular price, instant access, blah, blah, blah. This is smart too. This is what you got to do. And then they have your payment option, your payment details, all that good stuff, and then the purchase button, and then a little disclaimer here. So I just wanted to show this as an awesome example of how you can advertise a lot of different things. And I am positive that Facebook doesn't really like subscription services being advertised on their platform. So what Motley Fool Canada did is they said, okay, we got a way around that. We're going to put a little article in between. And then at the end, bottom of that article, they have to enter their email address to view. I can't even remember what their verbiage was, but let's see what it was. Oh, let's hit back one more time. So what do they say here? Don't miss out. Still time to get the full story on this remarkable company. I urge you to take action today. Decide for yourself if you want to take advantage of this potentially once in a generation buying opportunity. Simply enter your email address below to access our secure sign up page. Awesome. So now they're building their email list from here, and I guarantee you I'm going to get emails from these guys basically when I buy, and well, before I buy and after I buy too. I'm not going to buy, but just wonderful. So bravo, excellent example of lead generation on Facebook ads that anybody can use for any product or any business. I hope you got some value out of it. I hope you can implement angles in your ads and not just run them from Facebook to your product page or Facebook to your sign up page or whatever it is, whatever you're offering. Think of some angles. Think of some ways you can make it better. Write a little article, put that up on a page, get their email, and now you got the email marketing too. So this is an awesome way. Bravo. I am going to be translating this to my own products and services that I offer. And I've already done this in the past, but this just reminded me of, hey, do this because it works. Awesome. If you have any questions, post them in the comment. If you like the video, post them in the comment. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you soon.